All right, we're live. So you might be wondering, what is Howie Mandel going to teach me about drumming? But my name's actually Jared. So I've been playing for over 20 years, and I still have a lot to work on. In this stream, you're actually going to see me practicing things that I'm not great at, and hopefully you'll be able to learn from how I practice and to be able to improve your own playing. So today I'm going to be working on warm-up. I'm going to do some stick control with filler, an advanced version. Then I'm going to stretch and massage, and then I'm going to work on some accent tap crossovers on the tenors, and then do a little chop out with some classic exercise, Suzie. And then I'm going to switch over to drum kit. And on drum kit, I'm going to work on some independence patterns that I am not very good at yet. And so I am going to show you how I am working on those. So some of them are pretty difficult. For example, keeping your feet in 3/4 while your hand is in 4/4 time. So stay tuned. If you're watching this after the fact on YouTube, you can check out descriptions in the... if you're watching this after the fact on YouTube, you can check out the description. And then if you... that'll take you a timestamp. And then if you're watching this live, then you'll have to bear with me on the transitions that I'm going to be doing. Okay, so yeah, we're going to be doing some weird stuff today in the stream. Thanks for joining me, wife. Here we go. So I'm going to pull up some exercises. And so where you can find this is here on my website. And so where I'm going is to the chops and technique. And I'm going to go specifically down to the technique section, which is a little bit further down. And I'm going to do stick control variations. So what I'm going to do is warm up with the advanced stick control with filler. And so I'm going to go ahead and pause this ad so you can't hear it. I don't know why when I'm incognito, I always get money.com. I should create my own ad campaign for Friday.com because that's just a better day. All right, so let's scroll down, and then in the timestamps, I'm going to go and let's just go ahead and start with 110. And bring the volume back. Like right here. Okay. Here we go. Up. Okay, not bad. So I'm going to speed this up. Let's go to 115. Oops. There. Okay. Make sure that's plugged in. ASMR test. Here we go. Trying to get everything to sound the same. Ah! And my hands are rusty today. Yeah, my hands feel off. But that's why I'm warming up. And then why I'll stretch. Do 1 or 2 more times. Just need to get the blood flowing before I stretch. Okay. All right, so now that I have got some blood flowing in my arms, I'm going to actually stretch things out. So first thing I'm going to do is hold my sticks so that my palms are up, and I'm going to pull one arm in, other arm follows, and oh yeah, it was a nice good stretch. Ooh yeah. Okay, so then I go back out. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stretch out the tendons. So lean into the drum, stretching both at the same time. Gives you a nice view of the top of my head. Enjoy. All right, nice stretch, yeah. Let me write something down real quick. Okay, so now that I've stretched that, I'm going to stretch each one of my fingers. So I'm doing both thumbs at the same time. And then index fingers. Middle fingers. And then the ring fingers. And pinkies. And then after I've done that, then I like to massage. Ooh. Yeah, my arms feel off. I don't know what I did yesterday that would make them feel so off today. They just feel tight. So I definitely need to spend some time massaging. Get them nice and relaxed. So you'll notice that I mainly focus on the forearm, but sometimes I'll go up into the tricep, bicep if it's feeling tight, depending on what I did the previous day or two. I'm going to switch to the other arm. Yep, tight back here. Okay, I'm going to massage my palms. And then each one of my fingers, I'll do 2 or 3 rips from base to tip, massaging the fingers. All right, switch to the other hand. Alrighty. Now that my hands are hopefully nice and relaxed, let's go back. And let's just go straight to 120. And then I'm gonna push my hands to play even faster than I can. So I'm gonna try and intentionally find my breaking point, just to really get my hands nice and warmed, ready to go. Then I'm gonna switch over to tenors. Little hiccup there. Ew. A little closed off. Yeah, my left hand's slow. Yeah, hands feel off today. That's okay. Not every day is a fast chop out kind of day. Sometimes you just gotta go a little slower. But we're not gonna do that. We're gonna go faster. So I really want to find my breaking point, especially for my left. Just try and push it, wake it up some more. Let's go even faster. Left hand still feels off, but not completely at the breaking point yet. Oops. That was the one I was supposed to play earlier. Or rather, what I did play. Yeah, so I played the first line of page 2 in the place of line 4. Maybe my mind was thinking of Elder Ring. I don't know. Elden Ring. Did I say Elder? I don't know. Oh, the dog next door is telling me. It's saying, please feed me more food. Now? Okay. Let's try 140. There's like a little. All right. That was definitely a breaking point for today. So every day when you're playing, your hands are going to be like basically in a different mood or different readiness or willingness to kind of cooperate with you in terms of its playing. My left arm in particular is pretty tight today, so it's just like slowing down. So although I have played this at 140 in the past and like really kind of pushed it, it's just not happening for me today. My left hand is just being stubborn. That's okay. So I want to work on some accent tap stuff. And I'm going to do it specifically on tenors. So if you go onto the website and... Oh, actually, this is the shirt I'm wearing if you want to be able to read what the text is. Just click there. But the one that I'm working on is here. So I'm going to do grid variations. And there's like 300 grid variations almost on my website, something like that. So check it out if you haven't. But under the sticking variations for triplet grid, I'm going to work on some of these. So I'm going to do some alternating downstrokes and alternating upstrokes. And I'm going to switch, so I don't need this. I'm going to use actual tenor sticks, the Hardeman tenor sticks. And let's just go ahead and do this in order. Yep, and 80. Well, it doesn't look like it is right now. And I'm going to go ahead and start at 60. And so I'm going to do every accent on drum 3, every tap on drum 1. Perfect. I forgot what I should do there. There we go. All right. So here's what's going on there. So that in that hand-to-hand transition where we have, and then the left-right accent right here, just get the right hand out of the way, and then just play the accent taps. So that's all I'm doing. As opposed to doing the crossover and then attempting to play it that way. Okay, so now I'm going to do this again, and I'm going to go one click faster, but now I'm going to switch it so that the accents are over here, and the taps are over here. Still doing stick over stick crossover. Play. Let's go ahead and make it so you can see the music. Okay, so same idea for that one. So it's at the very end when it's to the right, left, where I'm just not doing a crossover there, because it just doesn't make sense to get the hand in and out, shimmy in and out of the way. Okay, now, the reason why I'm choosing to work on these accent tap crossovers on the tenors is because yesterday when I was streaming and I was doing the diddle timing stuff with the crossovers, I was just noticing that the hand that was underneath was moving around a little bit too much while doing the crossover. So I want to keep this hand consistently in the same spot, and I just happen to move the other hand. So I don't want to, like, have both of them move in and out like this. I just want to have the hand that's moving over, doing the crossover, is the only one that's moving. This other one is just hanging out here, so none of this. So that's what I'm focusing on while I'm playing through this. Okay, so let's go back to here. We're going to play it 2 more times, and this time I'm going to do wrist over wrist. So I'm going to put the taps on 2, and I'm going to put the accents on 3. Almost said 1. I can count, I swear. Oops. I guess for this one, I could start moving the crossover. Switching. Yep, switching, just like that. That's how you do it. I'm afraid of hitting the mic stand. Okay, I'm going to focus just on the stick over stick because I don't want to hit this thing. I need to reposition it and whatnot, but I'll just focus on one thing, so isolating it out. Okay, so I'm going to speed this up. I'm going to do 2 reps, and then I'll jump up 10. So just doing stick over stick, I'll do the crossovers toward the right, then the crossovers toward the left. 1 on each rep. Okay, now switching to the other direction. A little too heavy on the accents. Gonna relax them. Starting to get better. Oops. Oops. Okay. Yeah, so I was focusing so much on the accents that the earthquake, just in that camera alone. I was focusing so much on the accent that my sticking patterns messed up. So the which hand went crossover, the crossover pattern. That's what it's called. All right, let's try 80. Let's see if the air is consistent. Still too heavy. A little late on that transition. Okay, that was a little bit better for the accents and taps. Let's try it again, going the other direction. That was better. My accents and taps are still another earthquake, are still a little bit too heavy right now. So I really need to just focus on pulling the height back and then leaving it be. Not overemphasizing it. Stick was upside down. Okay, switching to the other hand, or other side. Okay, that was better. The taps are now my thing that I'm focusing on, so I want to make sure when I'm playing this that the taps aren't decrescendoing, but are all one consistent height throughout this. So that's going to be the thing that I focus on this next rep, which is going to be at 100 now. Yeah, so my accents on the left were actually a little too light, and then I fixed it. Even though I was focusing on the taps, I noticed that. Okay. That was a little bit better overall. Let's go faster. That was 100. Okay. 110. I'm going to try and find the breaking point. And the breaking point will tell me, hey, here's what you can work on next time when you're practicing this. Woo, late. Oops. That was a little shaky. Whoops. Just messed up the sticking for the crossover. See, my airs are so inconsistent right now, so it just tells me it's mental, rather than like, oh, this is a consistent problem that I need to sit down and work on. So that's why I'm not necessarily stopping for this. I just need to focus more, which is the theme of yesterday's stream as well. Still trying to catch up on sleep. Okay. Yeah, just a couple of times where I messed up which hand does or does not cross over on the accent. Other than that, okay. I'm getting lighter on the accents, so that's good. did it again. Okay, let's do this. So I'm noticing that the hand is moving too much still. The hand that's underneath. So in this case, it's the right hand when I'm doing the left hand crossovers. Ew. Okay, So my original plan was, let me make it so you can see. My original plan was, okay, I was going to do this downstroke variation of a grid where you're playing it like this, and then I was going to do the upstroke variation, etc. But I'm realizing that the hand that's underneath is moving too much. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play everything on one hand, and that hand is just going to cross over the entire time. And the hand that I'm actually focusing on is the hand that's not playing, so the one that's going to be underneath. So the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to make sure that I'm isolating out my limbs so that only my left arm is moving when it's doing the crossover, and it's not impacting the right arm going underneath like this. I want it to just be independent on its own. And then same thing when I do the right hand crossover, I don't want it to affect the left hand. Okay, so let's go back to here. And I guess technically I could just do like the stock variation.
Employers and
yeah! Oh wow, a different kind of ad. Super exciting. Alright, they thought they were just getting one person to see that ad, but look at all that. All my live viewers, all 2 of them, and all the billions of views I'm going to get on YouTube after this. They're all seeing that ad. Okay, so I'm going to slow this down all the way to 40. Which I know is slow, but I need to work on it. Just doing left hand, then just doing right hand. So I'll just alternate between the two. So slow. Still moving slightly. Okay. What was I gonna do? That's what I was gonna do. Make it so you can see it better. Alright, so right hand crossovers. Let's see if it affects my right or left. I realized I said the wrong hand, and then that messed me up. See how it just slightly affects it? See how it's slightly moving? We don't want that. Okay, and I'm just checking the playing zone. Okay. Better. The movements are subtle, so let's go faster. So let's do 50. We're just gonna go 10 clicks at a time, and we'll do 1 rep on each hand. We'll see how that goes. Alright, left hand. Doing the crossover. Or I guess everything. Really focusing on the right hand though. Okay, now right hand variation, focusing on the left, not moving. Okay, let's try the 60. It's getting better. I'm really trying to focus my attention on it without messing up, which is why I'm not tucking as much as I might usually do it. Ew, crush. Yeah, so to play that kind of stuff, you want to make sure the hand underneath isn't being affected, which is why I'm focusing on this. Ah! Perfect. Add that to the collection of sticks that were dropped. I'm only half joking about the collection, by the way. I do have a collection of drop sticks of all the videos where I stream. I'm gonna compile it. It's mostly on rudimental stuff, not so much on the drum kit. My talking's messing me up. Yeah, I'm trying to flam it. Okay. Earthquake. Here we go. Let's try it at 70. Just trying to see how I'm doing with this as I speed it up, and then it'll give me some information for what I can work on for next time I'm practicing. I almost did the right hand. Okay, now we're going to do right hand over. A little late. Focusing on the taps. I realized they were a little iffy, inconsistent. Yes, I'm getting a nice stick vibration. Don't know how well you can hear it, but it's going good. Cool, let's speed this up. Let's go to 80. Boop. So that stick vibration is telling me that my accents are nice and relaxed, which is what I want. Or at least some of them are. A little rushed. There's more motion in the right hand as I'm speeding this up. Okay, let's try that again. Off the right. Yeah, it's interesting seeing how much it's still affecting the other hand. I don't want it to do that, but that's why I'm practicing it. 90. And speeding it up is giving me more information on what I can work on. Ew, crush those, or slurred out those lefts, rather. Taps are a little bit high after the crossover. Okay. Cool. Now, let's see. I want to make sure I spend a good amount of time on independent stuff, so I'm going to go faster. Let's do 110. It'll be a big jump. 20 clicks. Slurred out the left. See how much is moving now? And I'm hitting more sticks. Yeah. And this is not great yet. Okay, so while I was playing through that, doing the different accent tap stuff, the left hand was hitting more of the stick, but the right hand had more of a choked off accent. So it was actually squeezing more. So even though it may have, like, to a novice person sounded a little bit better because they're like, hey, there's less stick clicks going on. Okay, but the sound quality was significantly worse. So things to listen for when you're doing this. It's not just the obvious, like, hey, did you hit the rim or did you hit your stick? It's also like, hey, how does it actually sound? Are your sticks vibrating? Are things nice and relaxed or not? Pro tip. Okay. I want to make sure that I spend a good amount of time doing independent stuff, so I'm just going to go ahead and switch over to the chop out stuff right now. So let me switch. And I don't want to get to the diminishing returns of just sitting there and practicing the same thing over and over. So let's go back to my website. Whoop, too far. And we're going to do chops. We're going to do Suzie.
Professor Terrence Tao.
Cool. Congrats on being a rock star in math. All right, let's scroll down and let's start at 100. Just doing this to specifically try and chop out my hands and just to push them and play a little bit faster each time I practice. Cool. A little iffy at the beginning. Yeah, so today my hands are feeling a little bit off, so I don't think I'm going to be able to get to like even 115 today, but we'll find out. So my goal with this chop out stuff at the end of the technique sections is to specifically push my hands to play faster than I can. And then that way it just kind of like encourages my hands and my brains to think a little bit faster, and I do it at the end so I don't like completely blow up my arms and make it so I can't drum. So let's speed this up and intentionally find that breaking point. I have a feeling it's going to be around 110. So let's start at 108. I said click. Click. Clock. Maybe 108 is the breaking point. Yeah. I've already found my breaking point at 108. Let's go back down to 105. I want to just keep pushing my brain to think a little bit faster and try and get my hands to even come close to playing it, but one of those days. Cut. Yeah, so not as fast as I normally can do it, but that's all right. It happens. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch over to drum kit. All right, so now I'm going to transition back over to my website, and I'm specifically going to do the resources that are here. So I'm going to go drum kit independence, and I'm going to do the same thing that I did yesterday, where I'm going to warm up with some swung charts. But I'm going to attempt to just go straight into the hard charts. And so I'm going to do one line with the normal swung pattern, just while I play short notes on snare and the long notes on the bass drum. And then on the next line, I'm going to play 2 and 4 on hi-hat while alternating triplets. So long notes, and so I'm going to switch back and forth between the two, and I'm going to do it on the difficult charts that have the tenuto markings. So this is going to make it much harder, and let's try it at 115 today. Let's see how that goes. So we'll see how it is without having warmed up with it yet. 1, 2, ready, and... A 1, 2, a 1, 2, ready, and... Alright, so better than I thought, considering I have not warmed up on kit. So I'm going to keep switching between these two different patterns while reading through the chart. A 1, 2, first pattern. Second pattern. Right, so not bad. Two, a 1, 2, ready, and. Messed up the hi-hat. Slow down with my foot. Now you can improvise here on this part of the line. One, two, 1, 2, ready, and. Wrong hand. Let's see, do you have an option in setting allow 1080p playback? What do you mean also lower quality? You should be able to switch it while you're streaming it live using the little gear. Forgot to switch to the second pattern. So it's on auto and stream and only at 1080, but on others I can switch auto and lower. I honestly have no idea. I imagine that it might have to do with whether or not Twitch gives you that option, because I don't think I have that on my back end. So maybe if you get like partner status or affiliate status, maybe you have that option, but I don't think I can toggle any of that. So I don't know what's up with that. All right, well, anyways, So that actually was better. I was screwing up and I was trying to read the comments while doing it, and then I was like, that's a bad idea. This has already taken up enough of my brain. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch over to that one that is really hard to do, which is playing 3/4 with the feet while playing 4/4 with the hands. And so I'm going to do a quick warm-up with that. Yeah, Monday.com. It's like it wants to just give you anxiety for tomorrow. Hey, remember, you got work tomorrow. All right, let's try 130. We'll see how that goes. So what I'm going to do is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, while going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And that's where they line up again. We'll see how that goes. While I read patterns off the left. I was like, why don't I hear it? Because I muted it. I muted the ad. Let's try that again. Helps when I hit play. Usually. 2, 1, 2, ready, and... Two, 1, 2, here we go. Second time nice up there. Just read it early. Alright, that messes with my brain. Don't have control of Twitch directly until partner. This means you're actually best to lower your FF, make it. Lower my frames per second. It's set at 60 though, which is like the standard. And it looks good on my phone, so I don't know why it's not looking good for you. Anyways, I'm going to read the charts, and I'm going to do charts 6 through 10. And again, I'm doing 3/4 with the feet, while I do 4/4 with the hands, doing a 4/4 ride pattern. And, oops, all swung charts. There we go. Okay. 6 through 10. We'll see how this goes. Let's scroll down to the timestamps. My phone is on Wi-Fi. Alright, here's 130. And I've never had an issue with 60 frames per second streaming anyone on the phone. 2, ready, and... A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, ready, and... Alright, not bad. Two, a 1, 2, ready, and... This messes with my brain. Fun one. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, ready, and... Whoops. Yeah, so I don't know why your phone's acting up on your signal. Because yesterday I tried streaming on LG, not 5G, and worked fine. This is really hard to talk while doing 3, 4 in the feet, 4, 4 in the hands, and reading. My brain can't comprehend it, which is why I sound like a robot. Woo! 5-way independence. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, ready, and... All right. That was pretty successful. I'm happy with that. 'Cause that one's a hard one to do. The fact that I was able to dedicate some of my brain to responding to you. Woo. That's a win. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to charts 1 through 5, which honestly is a little weirder, especially the very first one. And I'm going to try and speed it up, just for fun. Let's really try and push my brain. I don't know how 150 is going to sound. It might be too fast. I might have slowed down. We'll find out, though. Move this slightly. 1, 2, ready, and... 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and... Okay, actually, I'm gonna go faster, but I need to adjust this. I moved my throne, and that threw off the mic placement a little bit. So I'm gonna try 160. Charts 1 through 5. Here we go. Time to focus. A 1, 2, ready, and... 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and... So weird. Woo! So weird. Messed up a little bit, but better than it was a week ago. And yesterday. 2, 1, 2, ready, and... This is messing with my brain. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and... I messed up the 3/4 bass part. Turned it into like a 2/4. I was doing so good. 2, 1, 2, ready, and... Alright, it's better. Last chart. This is going a lot better than it was yesterday. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and... Some mess ups, but way better. That's the point of this practicing, right? Not here to play covers and whatnot. There's a lot of cool people who do that, but I'm here to just show you how I try and get better, which isn't always entertaining. All right, let's go back here. So on the website again, and let me get a swig of sludge. Ad break from today's sponsor, Sludge. Your ASMR experience. Okay. I am happy with how that went. I thought I was honestly going to spend more time on both the warm-up and on that, but both of those went much better. So, I want to do some different stuff. Let's do some straight patterns, and let's see how alternating between the two different rock patterns is going to go. So we've got this. Let me do this for you. So what I'm going to do is alternate every 4 bars, just like I was doing for my warm-up, except instead of swung, I'm going to play this pattern. And then... Oops, downbeat. The entire time while reading the charts with the foot. Okay, so that's the goal when going through these. And we'll see how that goal plays out. Let's try... Let's do 6 through 10. I did 1 through 5 yesterday. And let's do 120. Why not? Try and improve here. 1, 2, ready, and... This might be too fast for me. We'll find out. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, ready, and... My snare wasn't hitting again. This is like the pattern where it like breaks down. Why? Why do you do that? I got this drum trigger right here, and it's not cueing every time. Okay, this might be too quick for me. Let's try it again. 1, 2, here I go. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and... Little hiccup there. Otherwise, okay for practicing. One, two, 1, 2, right, and... Alright, not bad. For practicing. Still wouldn't want to perform this one yet. Also, it's a little weird for the ride pattern in particular to play this one in a performance, but good for warming up. Oops, extra bass drum. If I were to actually play this live, I'd probably switch it to put the ride on the offbeat so it's consistent instead of on beat. Like, it just sound better. But this is for practicing as opposed to performing, just to be able to switch between the two seamlessly, unlike what I just did. I'm gonna blame it on talking. That's all it was. I'm just kidding. I'm not great at this one yet. Yeah, still not getting all the snare hits. That's annoying. A 1, 2, a 1, 2, here we go. Ah. Come on, snare. See, now it's too loose. Oof. When you try your best, but you don't succeed. Alright. Yeah, yesterday, when I was streaming, I had to, like, pause for, like, 10 minutes just to try and figure out, like, hey, what's going on here? Why is it not working? Then, like, moved all these drum triggers around and whatnot. But, okay. Now I want to play some more straight patterns. But I'm going to do Samba. And I'm going to do unison on the hands. I'm going to play it faster. So yesterday, I believe I did it at 160. So I'm going to do 180. And let's just go ahead and do, yeah, charts 1 through 5. And little speed her up. 180. Go. Oh, didn't automatically scroll up. I see how it is. Fine. 1, 2, ready, and. Almost started playing a Baião. Like this. 2, 1, 2, ready, and. My foot's feeling a little bit better than yesterday, the right foot. So that's good. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and. Interesting that messed up my foot. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and. A 1, 2, ready, and. Slow it down there. Ugh, got a little hairy there on the ending, which I know is ironic, given the state of my head. Okay. I'm now going to slow this down and play the exact same foot pattern, but I'm going to turn it into a bossa nova. So let's do that. Let's go back. And what I'm going to do differently is I'm going to play short notes on the snare and long notes on the tom. Like a little bossa nova pattern. Let's go ahead and do. Sure. Let's try 80. This might be too slow. We'll find out. So, same foot pattern. Ready, and. Too slow. Let's try 120. I think that's about right. Nope, too slow. My perfect tick is off. I used to be able to like, oh, that song is at 123 beats per minute. Haven't worked that up in a while. And like a little fast bossa nova. Sorry, I'm distracted. The floor tom is not really behaving well right now. One of these days, it'll finally be set up, ready to go, and sound good. And I'm going to slow this down. This is too fast for a bossa nova, so let's try 130. $120, honestly, probably would have been better, but... A 1, 2, a 1, 2, at the end. Whoops. And a 1, a 2, a 1, 2, at the end. Now I'm going to switch between the snare and the high tom. One, two, a 1, 2, ready, and... Oops. Messed up. Wrote that one to intentionally make it a little harder to feel, but it's totally messing me up reading through that. 1, a 2, a 1, 2, ready, and... 1, 2, here we go. Ugh. Bit shaky there for a bossa. And a bit fast for one as well. But that's alright. I'm practicing, not performing. Okay. It's been about an hour and 40 minutes that I've been streaming. I do want to do a Baião, but I'm not sure if I want to introduce like a new pattern right now or not. Let's do swung real quick. I'm gonna do another one that I've done earlier. And so this one is similar to what I was doing before. So 2 and 4 on the hi-hat, filling in triplets. Doing ghost notes, which apparently you can't get picked up with the E8010. The long notes are gonna be on the ride and the bass drum. I can't think. So let's do that. Not straight. Swung. I don't know if my hands will be able to hang out with 140. Let's try that. $140. My left hand in particular, because there's going to be so many notes. We'll find out. Stay tuned. On this episode of Jared Has Himself. Helps when I don't hit the, drum module. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and... So when you're first getting these down, it's all about getting the mechanics. Just playing the notes on the charts. And then starting to make it more musical. Add in dynamics, add in accents. Have fun with it. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and... One, two, ready, and... Yeah, I got off on the left foot on the hi-hat at the end there. Whoops. All right. No, don't do that. Okay, I'm going to end the stream with a Baião. Go reading through that. And so that pattern on the foot is groovy. Let's do this, and we'll do that 200. And then on the right hand, I'm going to play 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and up. And with our powers combined, we'll have something funky. If I play it okay. If not, imagine it in your head. One, two, 1, 2, ready, and... Take that look at that when I'm not playing. Better than earlier, but still something to work on. 1, 2, ready, and... guitar. All right. Well, significant improvements in some areas in terms of like the drum kit independence and whatnot. Identified some errors in the tenor accent tap crossovers I was doing. Was able to refine those a little bit. So if I were to play through them tomorrow, hopefully they would sound a little bit better. So overall, successful. Some things obviously to continue to work on and continue to improve, but that's the point of these streams. Thank you for everybody who stopped by. Dr. Neuro, in particular. You can actually check out his stream. Right. Yeah. Bing bong. Cool. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to raid somebody else's Twitch. So let's find somebody who's doing something cool. All right. You know what? Oh, no. Kid Yuki is not drumming right now. Maybe they'll be on drumming later. You should check out their channel. Sunday Jams. Drums to viewer songs. Okay. Indie musician. All right, so SP loves drums. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the chat. And I will raid them in a moment. So what I recommend is checking them out. Following them if you dig their stuff. And yeah, I hope you all have a great rest of your day. I will be playing Elden Ring here in a little bit. Probably about an hour or so. So that's the plan. And then I'll be on again on Wednesday. But I hope you all have a great rest of your day. And yeah, check out SP Loves Drums. Going in right meow. Oh, gotta press the button.